What makes a hallowed yoga flow? We'll make a brew, and then we'll know. A pair of frog legs, then werewolf hair, some spider eggs for a little flair. A few more bits and bobs should suffice as we take our practice to new heights. Darkness creeps as summer ends. Grab your yoga mat and let's begin. Welcome, fellow traveler, to this moment in time where magic and mystery converge with the ancient practices of Sahmain, Halloween, and yoga. At the roots of Halloween, there opens a portal bridging physical and spiritual worlds, interwoven with the changing of seasons. This potent time of change birthed the ritualistic celebrations of Sahmain, which beckons us towards introspection, aided by the guidance of those in the spiritual realms. Through the sacred art of yoga, we find ourselves called towards these same opportunities of reflection and embracing change through a path guided by the wisdom of those who came before us. So let us weave together the threads of these ancient traditions with the magic of this present moment as we begin to open our own portals of connection between worlds. We'll begin in an easy seat, so find your legs cross-legged. As you arrive, just start to relax your whole body. I invite you to close your eyes and just focus your attention inwards. Begin to imagine a flickering bonfire. In this space, we meet those of the Sahmain celebrations. Just take a few breaths in and out through your nose as you start to relax your body and open your mind. Let the warmth of the fire start to warm your body and the connection of those in this space to bridge these connections with you internally and externally. And keep rooting down through your legs, so feel your sits bones, your feet on your mat. Let's take 3 breaths together as we open the sacred space with one another. Take a soft inhale through your nose, let your belly rise. On your exhale, let your breath gently leave your nose. 2 more, inhale. And nice soft exhale, just grounding you in the magic of this moment. 1 more deep breath in. And soft breath out. You can slowly start to let your eyes open. And then we'll start to take a few rotations with your torso. You can imagine here that you have your own little cauldron in front of you, and you're just starting to make your own witch's brew. As you round forward, open your heart space, lift your chin. As you round back, bring your shoulders inwards and find this deep rounding of your back. And go ahead and reverse your direction of your movement. On your inhales, you'll come forward, and on your exhales, you'll come back. Getting your witch's brew nice and mixed up. Now go ahead and come all the way to stillness with your torso at center. Start to just reach your knees in towards one another, soles of your feet out in front of you. And then we'll bring the legs wide, but keep a generous bend in your knees as we come into our spider pose. You can reach your fingers in front of you and then bend your torso forward just as far as feels right for you to fold. Spread your fingers wide, flex your toes towards your face so you start to feel this opening in your hips, maybe even in the back of your legs. Keep your upper body soft and let your breath guide this moment. Now take a look down towards your fingers in front of you. Start to walk them all the way over towards your left foot. You can imagine spiders coming all the way over here. And then walk your spidery fingers all the way over towards your right foot. So finding this spider-like quality in both our fingers and in our body. You can keep this movement going back and forth, finding this nice stretch in the lateral side of your body as you move. Or if you're finding your spider wants to stay still at center, you're absolutely welcome to stay there. Take 2 more breaths, letting the spaciousness of this pose unfold in your practice. All right, on your next inhale, gently lift your torso up. You can walk your legs all the way back towards center, and then if you're not already facing towards the top of your mat, you can make your way there onto your hands, and your knees will meet in a tabletop position. Mindfulness with your movements. Start to walk your knees as wide as your mat. Bring your ankles to meet the width of your knees. As we prep for our frog pose, you can hang out here just briefly and then continue this movement of widening your knees or coming into a really wide-legged stance here. Just let your ankles follow where your knees are going as well. So you're making a 90-degree angle with your legs. Once you've reached your knees out as wide as feels good for your body, you can hang out here on your palms, or you can come all the way down onto your forearms, getting your frog close to the earth. And then play around with the position of your hips. Sometimes it might feel a little bit better in your body if your hips want to shoot towards your heels, or you can take them forward towards the top of your mat, or you can find a little balance in center. Option to play with movement or stillness as you just tune into the energy of the frog. Now, frogs are wonderfully adaptable and flexible to the environment around them. And start to invite that flexibility into your body as you start to relax a little bit more through your hips, letting go of any tension you may be carrying in that area. Find that softening through your shoulders and your jaw. Even if you want to stretch your hands all the way out in front of you and find this extension, you're welcome to. We won't be here for too long. So you've got a couple more rounds of breaths to really enjoy and soak up this frog pose. On an inhale, you can gently start to lift your chest, come up onto your palms, And easily move your knees and your ankles all the way back until they come to reach back under your hips. We'll meet in a tabletop position. Plant your palms firmly into your mat, reaching out through your knuckles and the tops of your feet. On an inhale, drop your belly, open your heart forward, find this nice arch in your back and length created in the front of your throat. On an exhale, round through your back, bring your chin towards your chest as we come into our cat pose. Really exaggerate that arch of your back here, like an alert cat, letting your chin reach towards your chest. On an inhale, let your belly drop and your heart open. On your exhale, find your cat once more. Take a few movements at your own pace. Find where your cat wants to go. One more round of breath. And then we'll find ourselves back in our tabletop. From here, start to walk your hands all the way towards the top of your mat, coming into our puppy pose. You can pull your belly and your heart space towards the earth. Really stretch out through your fingers so you get that deep stretch through your shoulders. You can bring your forehead towards the earth, letting it rest gently there, or leaving a little space. Just explore your puppy. Take a few soft breaths as you open the front line of your body. Now, a puppy doesn't stay a puppy for long, so we'll start the transformation of the werewolf. Gently start to lift your chest, walk your hands just about an inch or so back towards your body. Tuck your toes and find some slow, exaggerated movement as you come up into downward facing dog. So lift one knee at a time and then the other, letting your hips dip to either side. As you lift all the way, downward facing dog, your biceps will wrap around your ears, the second phase of your werewolf transformation. Now start to tap into the ferocity, the power, the inner power that is about to shine through. Take a few movements, lifting and lowering your heels, letting your hips reach to either side. Really starting to expand through your whole body. Now with a bit of a dramatic movement, start to walk one hand back towards your feet and then the other. We're going to meet all the way at the back of the mat in a forward fold. So tap into your creativity and your imagination as your werewolf starts to arrive. Coming into your forward fold, let your head be heavy. Spread your fingers wide so you can imagine your hands as if they're in werewolf claws. On an inhale, keep your knees generously bent and then start to lift your torso up. As you do so, even if you want to start to tap into your werewolf roar, you're welcome to. Your head will be the last to rise, and then lift your arms all the way up towards the sky. Fingers flexed, heart open, feet rooted. On an exhale, start to bring your arms to the side, opening up through your armpits. Take a look up towards the sky. If you want to let out a big werewolf howl towards the full moon, you're welcome to. Ow! Let your voice be heard. On an inhale, reach your arms all the way back up. Exhale, melt it all the way forward, letting your body be heavy once more. We'll hang out here for a few breaths in this fold, letting our werewolf form just melt away. On an inhale, slowly rise. Once more, coming back up, standing. From here, reach your arms out in front of you. We're finding our way into our zombie. So you can hunch your ears up towards your shoulders, exaggerate your fingers outwards, and then we'll take a little zombie walk towards the top of the mat. So move any way that feels fun and explorative, inviting a bit of that playfulness into a zombie that might feel a little bit depleted. So as we get all the way to the top, let your zombie arms fall towards the earth, coming all the way back into your forward fold. Release. On an inhale, lift halfway. So your torso is parallel towards the earth. On an exhale, melt it inwards, forward fold. Start to walk your feet about as wide as your mat, heels and toes out. Coming down into a little squat, start to bend your knees, drop your hips as you reach all the way down, meeting our witch of the woods. What every good witch needs is a broomstick to fly on. So grab your imaginary broomstick, bring it out in front of you. You can imagine that you're sitting on it here as your hips open and your shoulders are soft. Keep your core engaged, head lifted. On an inhale, start to lift up through your hips, lifting all the way up. Bring your feet about hip width distance, and we'll find a bit more movement with our witch on the broom. So you can bring your weight into your left foot, as if you're hopping your right foot over your broomstick a little bit, getting nice and snug. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. On an exhale, we'll speed up our movement a little bit by reaching your right foot back towards the mat. Your torso will lean forward and then extend your arms forward as if your broomstick is supporting your torso, your arms, and your right leg. Take a look down towards the earth. Notice what you see below you. Keep reaching your arms forward, lifting them nice and high. Same with your right heel. Really get that strength igniting in your body. On an inhale, slowly bring your right knee back to center. Bring your hands towards your heart. And then you can relax your right foot down onto the earth. Taking it back into our seated squat. Feet come a little bit wider than hip width distance. On an exhale, go ahead and lower all the way down. Get your broomstick ready. On an inhale, lift it all the way up. Find that strength in your lower body to support you. Feet come back hip width distance. Weight comes into your right foot. And then bring your left knee in towards your chest, snugly into your broomstick. On an exhale, start to press your left foot back. Reach your arms forward as if you're sliding them up the stick of your broom. And then take a look down towards the earth in front of you. If you wobble, if you fall, that's okay. Your broomstick is there to support you and to guide you. And take a few more breaths. Keep reaching up with your hands and with your foot. One more lift up. And then exhale slowly. Bring your left knee back in towards your chest, hands towards your heart. Exhale, let your left foot drop towards the earth. Reach your arms to the side, let go of your broomstick. On an inhale, reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, your hands can come down through heart center. Now start to bring your weight into your right foot. From here, stack your left leg over your right. Reach your arms out in front of you, palms faced up. Your right hand will come under your left, or your right arm will come under your left, and then bring your palms to wrap on your shoulders. So we're finding our way into our vampire. Our vampire all snuggled up in its wings. You can reach your elbows up towards the sky and then play around with lifting your left toes off of the earth, finding a bit of balance. Draw your ribs in towards one another. Keep lifting your elbows. Maybe even bring your chin a little bit down towards your chest so you feel this safety wrapped up within you. On an inhale, start to open your wings nice and wide, unfolding. Bring your left knee in towards your chest once more. Find this expansiveness of your body. Now moving into our tree, bring your left foot to place at your calf. Now reach your arms up high, and our tree is no ordinary tree. It's a tree of the swamp, a tree of the woods. So find your own shape of your tree that feels right for your Hallows Eve. Your arms can be crooked, your fingers can be misshapen. If you want to find some soft sways or stillness, notice where you flow to. You've got one breath here. And exhale, go ahead and release your feet, your hands all the way down. We'll take it to the other side. So weight comes into your left foot. Stack your right leg over your left. Reach your arms out in front of you, palms faced up. And then take your left hand under your right, palms towards your shoulders. Lift your elbows nice and high. Now start to fly your right foot off of the earth. Keep your core engaged. Keep your body steady. One more breath. On your next inhale, as your vampire wings unfold, you can find a smile. Let your fangs shine down and reach your right knee in towards your chest. Move into your tree. Your right foot plants to the inside of your calf. And find another tree shape here. Maybe it's the same as the other side. Maybe it's different. You've got 2 breaths here to play with your balance. Connect with your rootedness. Now go ahead and release your foot, release your hands. Come back into your Tadasana, palms are faced forwards. On an inhale, lift your fingers all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, melt it all the way down into your forward fold. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Find this length from tailbone to crown of head. On an exhale, let your palms meet towards the earth. And then we'll play with a variation of crow, which is our raven today. So start to plant your palms beneath your shoulders. Lift your hips up towards the sky, keeping your knees generously bent. Use your forearms as a little shelf to place your knees on, and keep your gaze out in front of your fingertips. So tune into the intuitive, like qualities of the raven. Connecting to our third eye center, let your third eye reach towards the top of your mat. Just the intention of that movement, because that will help as you begin to play with some balance here. It can help you keep more balanced in your raven. So bringing your weight into your knuckles. From here, you can play with lifting one foot up and then lowering it. Maybe lifting the other foot up and then lowering it. If it feels right for you to play with lifting both feet up at a time, then you're welcome to. Even if you only come up for a second and then come back down, find success wherever you are. I'll give you a few breaths of playtime in your raven. Your heels will reach up towards your glutes. And then when you feel good there, you can come all the way back down onto the soles of your feet. Come on to your hips into a seated position. Make sure you have enough room behind you, so scoot all the way up towards the top of your mat. Keep the soles of your feet rested on your yoga mat. On an inhale, lift up through the crown of your head. On an exhale, go ahead and bring your spine all the way down onto your yoga mat. Bring your knees in towards your chest. And then wrap your right leg over your left, finding some twisted roots of the trees that you connected to earlier. You can take this twist over to the left by dropping your knees to the left side of your mat. And then open your right arm out wide towards the right side. You should feel a pretty good stretch with your IT band at the outside of your right hip, but if it is a bit too intense for you, you're welcome to keep your knees uncrossed and just find this supine twist still to the left. So you're still getting the benefits of that twist in your core. You can play around with where your hands are as well. So if you'd like to bring them over your head and bring hand to opposite elbow, you can play with that. You can keep them reaching all the way up towards the top of your mat. You can bring them into cactus arms. So just a few ideas, but tap into some creativity for your own practice today. On an inhale, gently bring your knees all the way back to center and reach them in towards your chest. We'll take our twisted roots to the other side. So left leg stacks over the right. Drop your knees over towards the right side. Again, you have the option with the variation of keeping your legs untwisted. Explore where your hands may want to go. And see if you can bring any movements with your neck on this side. So play with your perspective here. And tap into the wisdom of the roots of these ancient trees that are bridging us between the roots of Halloween at Sahmain, the roots of yoga, and this present moment. On an inhale, bring your knees all the way back towards center. Wrap your hands around your shins. Take this moment to honor your practice, honor the practice of those who came before you. 2 soft breaths in this space. And then you can start to reach your legs all the way out long in front of you. Wrap your arms over your torso. So bring one hand to opposite shoulder. So right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right. As we meet our mummy pose, you can close your eyes. From here, reach one arm up to the sky and then the other, clawing out your hands. Engage through your core, and on an inhale, start to slowly lift up, reaching your mummy up towards the sky, bursting out through the underground. Reach your fingers toward your toes and find a little fold forwards. Let your hands fall either to your toes, towards your mat, or towards your shins, and let your upper body be heavy. On an inhale, lift your torso all the way back up. On an exhale, lower it down towards the earth. Use the strength of your core. Once more, find this mummy wrap with your arms. We'll do this 2 more times. So shoot one arm up to the sky and then the other. On an exhale, lift all the way up. Reach your crown up nice and high. And then exhale, fold it forwards. Inhale, lift your torso up. Exhale, lower down. As you lower, bring your hands over your torso. Melt inwards. Last time, one hand up, then the other. Inhale. Find that strength to lift up, rise, and then exhale to fold forward. Inhale to lift, arms wrap over your body, and then exhale for the last time. We'll find our way down towards the earth, meeting in our corpse pose. Now you're welcome to hang out here in corpse with your arms wrapped over your body. Or you can open your arms to the side, palms faced up. So just do what feels natural to you in this moment. I encourage you to soften your eyes closed. Relax your body. And we'll be here for about a minute or so, just embracing the connection of all that there is. You can start to find some movements in your body, your fingers, ankles, toes. Extend your arms all the way over your head. And choose a side to roll onto into your fetal position. Feel the support of your body. Feel the support of your ancestors. Notice where you lend that support to yourself and to others. On an inhale, go ahead and lift your torso all the way up. Find your way back into your easy seats. And relax your eyes closed. Once more, we'll find this connection to the fire that we ignited at the beginning of our practice. Sitting around the campfire with this community, with those at Sahmain, with those in the space of yoga, with all those connected to Halloween and Hallows Eve. Feel the warmth of this connection, creating this bridge between worlds. On an inhale, you can lift your arms all the way up to the sky, really finding this expansiveness, reaching up, opening heart, using your heart to create that little golden thread between worlds. On an exhale, hands come down through heart center, thumbs can rest on your sternum. And take one deep breath in through the nose. And one big breath out through the nose or the mouth. May you all know your inner magic. May you all connect with the support that you offer. From my heart to yours, namaste.